Hey guys, Zyke here, and welcome back to another episode of Engineer's Life with me. Hey, there's a new building behind me. It's been a week for me. Oh my god. Okay. So I'm gonna go over what I did off camera first, and then I want to explain something that gave me a heart attack. Not literally, but you know, I'm 20. I shouldn't have heart attacks. But I just want to show a little off camera. I did the majority of the food quests. I'm actually gonna show that one first. I did the majority of them, so there's only 4 cake ones I didn't do, and then there's the salad that's not craftable, and apparently the only way to get it is like, where's my advances? I'd have to do the food pantry advancements, and I think it's these weirdly shaped ones I have to do, and I have a chance of it giving it to me because of that. I think this one might be it. Include all the veggies cooked or raw and vegetarian dishes in your diet. Yeah, so I might get it if I do this one. But I have 6 remaining, and I'm not quite sure what those 6 are. That's when I start getting aggravated, because it's just like, I can't... It don't tell me. I'll figure it out, though. It says I got 7 out of 9. Or is it what? Hang on. Yeah, it says 7 out of 9, but it says 6 remaining. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. But I did most of the food quests. For forestry, no, I did not get these buckets. I got one of something, and I think it was seed oil, and it just decided I did the other 2 because of that. So, yay! I mean, that's a perk. It makes it where we can make the fermenter now, like, quest-wise, so yay! And then I made an apiary, and I don't remember where I put that. There it is. I have too many chests, so that's a problem. But we're not in that point of the ages yet to make storage, and I'm hoping we can get to this soon, but we might have to go through all of the Industrial Revolution, and I'm just like, I have too much stuff. We might just have to make a storage house, and I really don't want to, because I like my storage right here. I might make a basement. Or just go more into the mountain that way. We'll see. And then, for the Industrial Age stuff, because you see I'm at 89% now, I did a lot of, like, the weird quests. It's like I don't really have much to do with them. Like, I could mess with them, but I might not. Like, I made a balloon, which I think balloon is spelled wrong. Yep. I made a balloon. I made, like, hooks and cables, stuff like that. So things I don't really think I'll be using, but I made anyway. Like a Tesla coil, and then I made a redstone breaker. I didn't touch the AF yet. I could, because I have the ability to make this, but I didn't, because I just didn't want to. And then I completed this quest by accident, because I just have stuff in my inventory. I like that sometimes gathering items for certain quests are the exact same items you need for other quests. So, like, that's how I finished the Distiller and Pump Jack, even though that wasn't what I was trying to do. I just, like, happen to have this stuff in my inventory. Now, I don't have my comments pulled up, so I can't say who did it, but you know who you are. Someone reminded me about routers, because I didn't know what they were. So, and let me go show you. We go over to our... There's a lot. I'll show you why all these waypoints are here in a second. Go to our electro farm. Hi, sheep. I rearranged a little bit, as you can see on the ground, and then there's cactus over there instead of trash cans. Look, potatoes. Someone... that person, hello, you reminded me about routers, and you're just like, the Jordan, cool idea, but what about routers? And I was just like, you're exactly right. So what I did is I rearranged, because I did need more hemp seeds than I do potatoes. Having 8 potatoes versus, I think this is double that, so 16 hemp. It gives you, like, the exact same seeds versus potato ratio. I have a lot of hemp. That's 10.7 thousand, and this is 10 also. I have a lot of hemp. But now it goes into these routers, which you can't see because they're underground, but there's a router right there. Don't give me the hemp. Okay. So what it does is it goes in here, and then it just tells you where to put things, so it automatically puts the hemp to the... Well, it puts the hemp up, and then I have this thing going left and right, because I still wanted it to be even. That's just me. And then, like, over here... It tells the... Well, I don't think I have a router here. It just goes down. But the routers were really helpful. I don't want to electrocute myself. The routers were really helpful over here. Because I didn't need these up here, but they look better than hoppers. But there's 2 down there. So there's 1 there and one over there. And it tells seeds to go into here and then potatoes to go in here. That's a lot of potatoes. Process. Oh, you don't have any power. How? That's an issue. I gotta make my way. Why do you have power and you don't? This is mean. Share the power. Anyway, I have a lot of biodiesel, because what was reminded as well, and I don't remember if this was the same person or a different person, and I'm sorry. It's been a week. You said that the reason why this was taking up so much, not releasing as much power, is because it didn't have any like extra places to put power, and I need to sleep before a creeper explodes all of my hard work. So give me a second. Did I mention? I can't remember. I think this was last week, but I had my front door blow up twice, and that wasn't fun. So creepers aren't fun. All right, now we can go back because creepers shouldn't be an issue. Okay. But yeah, so originally I had over here I had the HV capacitor, and then I have one of those HV, transformers, and then I had it going into an MV capacitor, and then I had that going everywhere, and then I decided to change that. So it's kind of the same concept. So this isn't on right now, because I didn't want it to be. I probably need to turn it on. Ow, ow, ow. That's not on, but I have other power coming from other places. Hang on. Let me turn this on. I've just, like, what I do is I turn this on, and then I look at this, actually, until this drains. And since I have plant oil and ethanol built up, it'll start actually producing more than it's draining. It won't be like that forever, obviously, but when it starts producing more, I go ahead and turn off the diesel thing. I could probably keep it on since I have the backup of all of this, but I'm not, because reasons. So yeah, so this will go down to 6, and then yeah, it'll start going back up, and then I just go ahead and turn that off. Because I think what that is it's filling up the pipes to capacity. Yeah, and this suddenly has a lot more power. So it's filling up, like, the pipes to capacity, and then it'll start filling up more because the pipes can't hold anymore, and then that's taking. Like I said, I could probably turn it on, or, ow! I probably could keep it on. This won't stay like this. This I have over here is much better because I can't, well, I could jump into it, but I can walk underneath it. These might be better just to have underground in general, but I don't. But yeah, but you might also be asking, Psychic, where's all this power lines going to? And to this wonderful and pretty building that took me so long to build, and also made me realize I just have a thing for arches. All of my buildings have, like, arches, and I can't help it. Like, this isn't even, like, functional. It's just pretty, and I love it. But anyway, this is called my Power Central. That's the name I'm going with, and this is just where I'm going to store as much power as I can. These are all HV capacitors. Yes, I think I'm crazy. I think this is a little over 64. I put a stack in here after I had an amount. And I'm planning on filling this up as much as I can. So just kind of do this pattern. The most annoying thing that I have with this going on is every time I place one down, I have to augment it with the hammer for a push and pull. So it's like place one down, shift once to tell it to pull, and then click on it twice without a shift to tell it to push, and then just keep doing that. And then it just goes like this. It kind of snakes its way through. Why do I have gaps in the center? Because once these are at least too tall, it'll kind of look like batteries, and people can walk between those, I think. I could be wrong, but it looks cool. I like the functionality of it, but it does snake through. I didn't have enough to go all the way to that quite yet because I needed more lead, so I just kind of have it going with here. But on this side, like, this side will be the in and that one will be the out, but on this side, this will be an in and that will be out, just so I can have it a little bit different. So, because then, like, hello. What were you doing around the corner? Okay. But that's why it's so I can, like, because, like, since that side's the outside, like, they're technically right next to each other, so it really doesn't matter. But it's just, like, I want it to matter, so I did it that way. But yeah. So I have this hooked up to the steel factory, finally. I had to build another tank. That disappears when I look this way. That's interesting. But I can't run into these as easily. I could probably run into it. No, can I? Yeah, I go underneath it. So, but like I said, I could probably just put these underground, but I didn't know what I was doing, and I was just like, this looks nice, and it does, and I can switch this on and off whenever I want to. And another one said that that these don't spin. And I think I'm crazy, because I do think they spin. I think just in, like, the tutorial I watched, they spin. It might be, like, something in the configurations. I don't know. I also just realized how loud it is in this room, because I usually have my sound down to 1. So that's nice. I'm gonna have to build another coke oven, because I'm not creating enough coke for having 2 of these. But I won't need 2 of these for long, because I have the ability to make what are you? Arc furnace. I can make an arc furnace, so let's go home real quick, because that's where a lot of my steel went to, because I don't have any. Well, I do have steel, but that's actually not as much as you would think, and I'm just gonna delete this, because I don't need it. Oh, wait, 1 second. I need to explain this. I looked for things. I went around in this whole area with the, core sample drill, and I just started marking things. And the things that aren't marked, like certain chunks, it's either because there's nothing there, or there was water. And I don't care about water. This is water. I don't need the underground water. And I might delete all the lava, because I don't really need that much lava. I don't think. I have those core samples saved. One of the things, yeah, is I can keep the core sample, because it'll tell me what chunk it is in, so I don't have to have all of these things. But anyway, so I went through, because I was specifically looking for bauxite, and guess which is the last chunk I looked at? It was bauxite. So I did kind of like the snake fashion. You can't see my mouse. I always forget that. I did like a snake fashion, and I found lead, and I was like, yo, that's cool. Except at the time I didn't think I needed lead. I was wrong. But I found lead. I found another iron magnetite thing right there, and then I found quartzite twice. There should be another one. Yeah, there's right there, which is cool. Which I think I need for, like, when we start making an not an ME system, but it's the other storage computer thing. But then I found bauxite, and bauxite gives me aluminum, and I have 1,300 aluminum. I have enough for now, but I have it currently at the lead, because I needed more lead. So let's go. I'm just gonna show you guys my setup, because I know I actually didn't have the excavator set up, like, at all. Like, I think I had the items for it, but I never bothered to. This is what it looks like. And just for those of you that are also playing this pack with me, just as a forewarning, the quest book gives the amounts that you need for the machine, but it doesn't give you the amounts you need for the wheel. So the wheel's gonna be an extra 8 steel blocks and more steel scaffolding that I can't remember the amount of, but I think it's along the lines of, like, 3... No, you need 9, because there's a steel block. So you need 9 steel things, and then, like, whatever of the amount in the center is. But you need some extra stuff. But, yeah. But the way I have this set up is I made another diesel generator, which, again, is... I've just used a lot of steel, and I know that, but I needed it. So... But I went ahead, I built the excavator, and then right next to it, I built a diesel generator, and then I built a fluid tank. So what I do is I take these tanks from open blocks, I go all the way over to my biodiesel factory, I steal biodiesel from the factory, like we don't have enough, and then go all the way back to the excavator, and just do this. And then I fill it up, and then you have the switch on, and then there it goes. And oh boy, this is loud. But yeah, so I'm slowly getting lead and silver. I got a lot of bauxite. I don't remember if I mentioned this before. Oh yeah, I also keep these chunks chunk loaded, except I still don't think they work if I don't have my render distance far enough. I don't know. Like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Seems kind of random to me. But I don't know if now I completely lost track what I was talking about. What did I not mention before, or probably did? I don't know anymore. Let's make an arc furnace. So here's the stuff. This is to make another stack of HV, but this is all the stuffs that you need for a thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to still power it with MV, because I can. And I'm gonna put it right next to the crusher, because I haven't moved the crusher. I built this giant, beautiful building for storage of power, and then didn't bother to make a building for my crusher. But again, I've had a week. And I still haven't explained it. We're 15 minutes into this episode. I haven't done anything, and I haven't explained my very first sentence that I did, well, one of the first sentences of this episode. I'm just gonna explain what happened to this world in depth, but before I do that, oh boy, school is really difficult to figure out through COVID. I'm not gonna explain anything else outside of that, but oh boy, I have feelings. Okay, other than that, what I'm gonna talk about is with the server. And some of you guys watch the streams on Fridays and Saturdays, and I think this happened during the Saturday stream. It was storming where I live, and so the power went out during the stream. I suddenly left, and it was at the end, and that wasn't fun. I came back, of course. But my power also went out, like, earlier that day, during a Patreon call, which we do before stream, so a little bit of a plug in there. But I didn't grab the thing. I'm distracted. We might not do anything this episode, and I'm not gonna cry about it. Where is it? Arc Furnace. Arc Furnace. Do I not have one? Did I not? Oh, I can't claim this until I get... That's dumb. Okay, I'll just do it through the book. But anyway, so my power went out that night, but then my power also went out earlier in the day. I should have probably took the hint to not be on my computer that day, but I was like, boy, I want to be here. I want to participate. But my power went out, and the first time it went out during the Patreon call, I was on this server because I was just doing off-cam work like I normally do, so of course it just logs out. Then I log back in immediately, like, as soon as I get my computer back up. And I look around real quick, I look at my inventory, and I'm like, oh, nothing actually corrupted. So, because that was my biggest fear, is, like, things would corrupt. So I was like, nothing seems out of place. I didn't lose any. I lost, like maybe even 5 minutes of progress or something like that. I was, like, super cool. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm going to go ahead and log off and not be on the computer, or at least not on the server, just in case my power goes off again. So I was like, oh, yeah, cool. But I didn't leave my house. I didn't bother to look around. So in the immediate vicinity around me, everything looked great. What ended up happening is I logged on today, the day that I'm recording this, and I started actually doing things. I stayed on that half. I didn't look at the buildings over here because I didn't need to, so I stayed on that half. And suddenly I'm like, oh, I'm going to teleport to my power central storage building because I wanted to start hooking things up. And I teleport, and I stand about right here, and I look up, and this chunk right here was missing. But not exactly. It was 3 chunks that way. And in its place was the chunk that used to be 3 chunks that way. And I was like, huh. So at first I was like, well, maybe it was just those 2 chunks that switched around. And I was like, it's just like, maybe I'll just go in creative because it's just like, it's not that big of a deal. I don't feel like going through a backup because I'm always afraid a backup won't work and stuff like that. So I walk over here to go look at this chunk because it's moved. And then I realize it's happened to the other entire half of this building. And that one wasn't just moved, it was gone. I couldn't find it. I looked everywhere on my map for an orange roof, and it was just gone. And then things were rearranged. And the strangest thing is it was only to that. I couldn't find any other chunks that were rearranged that just didn't, like, affect anything else. So I was just like, the pack targeted me. It targeted only things I've built in. So I was like, ugh, I gotta do a backup. So I went back. Now, of course, the backup was just put me a little bit behind from even when I logged off last. And I had to struggle to put the backup back in, because I've never restored a backup before. Well, I have, but not in that way. I've never had to restore a backup to a corrupted world. I've had to replace a world, but not restore. I don't know. I eventually figured it out. It did put me behind again, because, of course, like I said, I did off-camera work before I realized that my building was gone. And I was just like, So it's just like, I caught back up, I fixed the world, I caught back up, I got all of my stuff, but it's just like, I'm having a day, I'm having a week. I'm just having a time through the time that we're having, and it's interesting, and we're also done with the episode, and I have done nothing but scream. So, guess what we're doing next episode? Not screaming as much, and also trying to build an arc furnace. This was a vent episode. I'm sorry. You guys came to watch me actually do progress, and I'm just like, here's progress I did, but I have news. I just have words. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I promise, as soon as the next episode starts, I will put this arc furnace together and explain it, and not complain about my life happenings, what is on and why. Okay. But yeah, I did that off cam work. I have those struggles. This is the Power Central, and I'm very proud of it. I'm proud of all the butterflies we also have around. If you've noticed, and probably not because I haven't pointed it out, but I put another cherry tree next to my house, so now I get even more butterflies. Except when they're really close to the window, the lighting stops working and they turn pitch black, but you know, they're butterflies. Excuse me, they're pretty. But yeah, so this will hopefully be filled, not by next episode, of course, because I'm probably going to hit end and then immediately start the next one, because I didn't do anything. But this is slowly filling up, which is great, so, and I'll add more power switches. I have a power switch on that building, and I have it on the steel factory. I don't have one on this one yet, but that's because I haven't, hooked up the power properly in the first place anyway. So, but yeah, if you have any tips, tricks, or anything like that, put it down in the comments below. I do think I'll put these underground at some point, because I know you guys are going to be like, Psychic, you keep shocking yourself. Psychic, you almost just died by doing that alone. You're going to break your helmet again. Stuff like that. So it's like, I'll probably put it underground. It just, like, it looks industrial, and that's why I like it, because that's the point of the pack. Like, I'm super... Like, I'm not OCD, but I like an order to things, and the thing is you would think that I would hate the wires I have set up in here, but because I like how old-fashioned this building, like, kind of represents, like, to me, like, how these buildings were supposed to look, like, very chaotic and not safe, I actually really like how hectic these wires are. I mean, these are also insulated, so I don't have to worry about shocking myself on them, but still, I love it. So it's like, I kind of like how these are around, but it's just like, that's a lot of material to use to keep these, like, I can't eat what I have, because I've eaten this 1,000 times. Okay. But like, I could technically put these closer together so the wires stay up higher, but then it's like, that's a lot of material, because these HV wire relays are not exactly cheap. I have the materials, but again, they're not super cheap. So it's just like, I'll probably put them underground. I don't wanna, but we'll see. Anyway, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any tips, tricks, or anything like that, please put it down in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!